Have I seen Money Time Q and his experiences here on TikTok since he started doing them and living in Norway? Well, first of all, shout out to Money Time Q. That's my boy. Shout out to him. I hope everything doing better with him and getting all his page. And subscribe to his YouTube channel, his new one. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally haven't experienced anything crazy. Like I haven't experienced almost anything. I've had a couple comments like on TikTok, but I mean, if they play dumb, I play dumber. So I don't even go for that. I mean, we already know America is like built on racism. But, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had too much experience with that in America either. I've been pretty insulated in my life with sports and just like the circumstance of my life that I haven't, had to deal with any craziness like that. I tell you, in America, sports is like the way out because it's hard to hate on somebody and then root for them to win for your team. You know what I mean? And I went to 4 high schools. I went to 2 in Virginia, 2 in Oregon, and half of them, I went to all black school, went to all white school when I was like the only black kid. So, I mean, I've had all the different experiences and everybody's been real chill with me personally. So what's happening with my boy Money Time Q, man, it's really unfortunate. And I don't know what the reason for that is. I don't know, but I'm a single guy out here in Norway. I don't have a Norwegian wife. I don't have a Norwegian kid. I don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe that's less of a reason to hate on me and more of a reason to hate on him. I have no idea. I'm not a hater, so I can't like reasonably think of what goes on in the mind of a hater. Everybody's been real cool to me personally, and there's always going to be a few bad apples in a bunch, but I don't judge everyone based on that because I wouldn't want everyone to judge me based on some other stuff they seen. Honestly, like one of the first times I experienced racism myself in my actual, like my real life was when I was in prison. Of course, in there it's real segregated and everything, but it's something about like knowing that the people don't like you versus having to question and wonder. Like when you talk to a guy or you see a guy, he walking around with a big ass symbol tattooed on him, the symbol. You don't have to wonder, you don't have to question if he rocks with you or not. He don't like you. But in there, instead of being passive aggressive, people are aggressive. So they're either going to get down or not. But there's also a lot of respect. Like I can remember one of my first days in, right? And I'm at the weight pile trying to lift weights. I'm looking around. I'm real skinny and everybody else is real big. So I was like, I got to get on the weight pile. I got to lift some weights. I got to get bigger. And I went to get a drink of water from the water fountain. And one of the biggest white dudes I ever seen in my life was like right next to me. He was talking to somebody else and he bumped into me. And I'm down there drinking, he bumped into me and I was like, oh my God, this dude is huge. Like, I'm not trying to get down with this dude. I mean, I'm still gonna get down with this dude, but I'm definitely gonna lose if that happens. This guy was huge. And all I saw was a big symbol, like tattooed right here on his stomach. And I was like, oh man. And he turned around and I thought it was gonna go down. He was like, oh man, excuse me. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. And I was like, yeah, no problem. You know what I mean? Because they know, like, if you get into it with one, you're gonna get into it with all. So it's not gonna be anything unless it's sanctioned by both sides. So, so it's a high level of respect, even though they may not rock with you, they may talk trash about you or whatever. They know they still got to deal with you. You still got to deal with them. So it's a lot different than like being out in society where people will hate you and just be like super passive aggressive about it, or they'll act like they don't, smile in your face. It's always better when you like just be who you are all the time. That way I know. So like for my whole life, that's really outside of that. I haven't had, like I said, I've lived in some lily white places where I've been the only black person in Norway and in America. And I haven't really experienced anything myself, at least not to my face. If somebody's hating on me, they like hating on me from a distance or something. I don't know. So while me and Money Time Q might have different experiences, different personal experiences, that doesn't take away from his experience. And, I really feel for him on that because y'all got to give him credit, man. He came all the way out here to Norway for his lady. Like I said in the video before, like moving anywhere to another country is hard. And people don't also need to be dealing with this type of foolishness on top of it. My boy should be commended and respected. He's out here trying to find his way with his family, being a good dad, being a good husband. So y'all need to really like, I know y'all is chill, but I'm saying everybody should really be like bigging him up, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to tear him down. And keep showing me love and respect, because I show y'all love and respect. All right? Wait, no. Oh my God. I do have one racism story I can think of. I just remembered. It was my senior year of high school, and I was living in Albany, Oregon, and I went to West Albany High School, and there's not a lot of black people in Albany, even less then, and definitely not in high school. And I had a crush on this girl named Amanda, and her dad was a teacher at the school. And she had told me, she was like, my dad don't like black people, right? So I was like, oh, man. But he invited me over. He said, yo, you want to come, you want to hang out with my daughter, you can come over and hang out with the family. So, I'm thinking, all right, cool. I'm thinking my personality can carry the evening and everything. So I go over there, right? It is her and her brother, her mom and her dad, and then me. And they're like, all right, we're going to watch a movie. Tell me why all four of them were on one couch and I was on the other couch. Yo, normally I am not a person that ever feels awkward. I don't know. I don't feel awkward. I just whatever. But I was sitting there, at the time, I'm like 17, and I'm like, man, they really got me on this couch and all four of them are on the other couch. I can't even talk to her. Anytime I tried to look at her, she was looking straight ahead at the movie. And I look over there and her dad was like, staring at me. I was like, oh, man. It was just an incredible silence the whole movie. When the movie ended, he stood up and he was like, thank you, Robert, for coming over. And that was it. She didn't say bye to me. She was never alone with me. She didn't walk me outside, nothing. I was just like, well, okay, man, I'll see you later. And she was just like, yeah. Needless to say, never, ever went out with Amanda. That's so crazy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was wild. Hey, but I mean, at least he even had me in his home, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make excuses for people like that, but he invited me over. He showed me what he was all about. He showed me what was not going to be happening, and I took note of that. And yeah, never ever seen Amanda after that. We went to school together. I see her in the hallway, but he's a teacher too, so he's watching me in the hallways. I was like, oh man, yeah, no. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hating on somebody because of the color of their skin is just kind of weird. So I don't be doing that. I don't subscribe to that, and it hasn't happened to me much. That's really the only time I can really think about. So shout out to all y'all in the world. There's some real cool people always showing me love.